Your IPL team's mentor is now the Indian team's coach. What was your experience with him this season? How was your experience with him? And what advice did he give you?
Uh, Brilliant experience. Doesn't get any better than coming in and winning the IPL. First and foremost, I think Gigi is no stranger to Indian cricket fans and cricket fans around the world. His playing record speaks for itself, and what I found as a player, just listening to him in this sort of mentoring role, what a competitor he is. I can really relate to him from that point of view. He's always looking for one percenters, what's going to get the individual to be better and what's going to get the team over the line. So I loved working for him. One word would be competitor.
Phil, where do you see your career going? Because you have been playing the limited overs format for England, and your aspirations of playing the Test cricket. How do you look at it?
I'm not going to put a limit on myself at this point. Everything's still an option for me. As far as I see it, everything's still on the table. It's up to the individual at the end of the day to put those performances on the table and be judged that way. As a player, I see everything is very much still on the table for me.
Because you see, your batting approaches still suits the baseball approach, isn't it?
I suppose so. Yeah. I take the game on. It's something I pride myself on. Maybe in fit. I don't know. As I said, all I've got to do is go out there and put the performances on the table, and hopefully it's something I like.
How was it like opening with Joss, who also has a similar attacking approach? How was it like opening with him?
Yeah, I love opening with Joss. I think we've got to a point now where we both understand each other's games really well. And understand each other, know when the right time is to sort of chip in with, the right word or phrase at the right time. Just one of those things that comes when you've opened the bat with someone for a period of time. I think not just that, but the way we bounce off each other in the middle. It's always one of us going. We communicate clearly, and as a partnership, we tick all the boxes, I suppose.
We just saw the 100 where you had to leave Manchester for the first time. What was the captaincy experience like in your career, and what were the main challenges that were posed?
Main challenge would be the results. It's a funny one because I thoroughly enjoyed it, the opportunity of being the captain for the franchise. It's a strange one to look back on though and reflect on, because in a lot of those games we played all the cricket and did all the right things and got into a position to win. We just weren't quite good enough in those moments where you need to be ruthless. Winning's a habit, getting over the line's a habit, and it's something we just didn't make a habit of, is the unfortunate thing. So on the whole, I really enjoyed it. We win one ball here and one ball there, and so we're looking at very different sort of place on the table.
Is captaincy on your
Sure, go ahead.
Is captaincy on your agenda, whether it's in the 100 or any other league? Is it something you want to embrace going forward?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy captaincy. Is it something that I'm going to go looking for? I don't think so. I don't think there's many great captains who are desperate to be captain. It's the reality of any sport, really. But if the opportunity arises, it's one that I feel like I can take for any team, really.
England have had some of the best players of white ball cricket in the last 5 or 6 years or so. We saw the team reaching the pinnacle in 2019, but the same 2019 and 2020, the two global competitions. But at the same time, it was incredibly hard for the team to kind of defend their title successfully in the competitions that followed. So, do you think that this team will kind of undergo a complete overhaul, or what sort of changes do you see? Naturally, things, whatever plays or changes happening naturally, comparing for England to get back to where they were, say, set around 2019 when they were at the top of the game?
I don't know. I think in sport, and this is in any sport, we sort of romanticise, good periods for any team. I think it's pretty obvious to anybody that all good teams, have their sort of ebbs and flows of success. That is what it is. That is professional sport. It's not possible to win all the time. But it is peaks and troughs in any sport with any team. As I said, you can't win all the time.
Phil, I understand you met the KKR management today, had coffee, and are you being retained by KKR?
No, that was just a catch up. I'm in town and it's good to say hello. That's all that was. I can't give you any answers on that. I wish I could, but I think that process is still a long way off.
And you could not play the playoffs. You were called back by your board. Wish you played the playoffs and final.
I think if you put any work into a competition, especially the IPL, you wanna play every game. That's what's in you as a professional sportsman. I want to play the big games. I want to play all the high pressure games and be in the high pressure moments. That's what it's all about. Obviously I was disappointed to come so far and leave India feeling like I still had a job to do. But the boys picked up beautifully from where we left off. Deserving IPL champions.
Well, there's a school of thought that a lot of the English players haven't been able to play the complete IPL season. Is that a fair criticism?
Well, I don't know. I think that's way above my pay grade. I don't get involved in any of those conversations. I know that myself as a professional cricketer, IPL is the strongest T20 league. And that's where I want to be, testing myself against the best.
Phil, you seem to, I saw the Wankhede KKR practice that you seem to have a nice equation with Chandrakant Pandit, your head coach. And I don't know if you were following that. He was in a bit of a controversy in the sense some players felt that his style is too military, his coaching style. What do you have to say about his coaching style, your personal experience with working with him?
That's not my personal experience. I can say that. We got on from day one. He's a man that I think he reads the room very well. Knows when to have an arm around you. Knows when to pull your tail a bit. I think that's it's a trait that all good coaches have. I've got a great relationship with him. Still swap texts with him. He watches a lot of cricket. He's always in touch. So he's a great man.
Now we have the white ball series coming up against Australia. What are your personal ambitions looking ahead to that? Because until June, all the focus was on the T20 World Cup, and in the longer term, we look ahead to the Champions Trophy. But series by series, how do you play it?
Series by series is the answer to that. It's sort of you can take that process and make it as minute as you want to. You can go series, game, day by day, ball by ball. You can strip it all the way back, and that's something that I've always tried to do. I feel like you're at your best, specifically as a batter, when you're in the moment, when you're thinking of nothing else, you've got a clear mind. So I try and take everything in isolation and move on, one ball at a time, and make sure that. If I do that, I'm giving myself the best chance of success, whether it's a series or a tournament or a World Cup.
Yeah, Phil, you worked with three Indian coaches, Chandrakant Pandit, Gautam Gambhir, and also Abhishek Nair, who is also part of the Indian team now. How much did you get, in what aspect of the game did you actually have conversations with them? Any particular aspect of playing on Indian pitches, the bowlers, spinners, whatever it is? Or does T20 give you the leeway to discuss all these things?
We'd be sat here for a long time if we went through all the good stuff, and all the cricket conversations that we had during the course of the IPL. I think the main bit of advice which I took from Gigi was you've got to take the game deep, especially here in India. From the moment I got off the plane, first training session, he sat me down and he said, I know you're going to score runs for us, but I want you to score the majority of your runs between overs 10 and 20. He said at Eden Gardens, even if it can be a little bit slow to start with, I want you to hang in there and make sure you're there from overs 10 onwards and get the big overs because you can score so quickly. And I think of all the conversations I had, I think that's the best bit of coaching I had.
Phil, 2 seasons in our IPL, first for DC, now KKR. How different were the 2 seasons, and which was your memorable season? I mean, of course, winning the IPL, but then how do you look at the 2 seasons?
I look at them from my point of view as 2 opportunities. That's what they were. Obviously, the first time coming to Delhi, I was very grateful for the opportunity they gave me. And last year to be, picked in an IPL winning franchise. You don't know you're going to win the IPL when you get on the plane to come over here. But that feeling, seeing the lads lift the trophy, I think as an experience that's something you can't beat as a professional cricketer.
Phil, your numbers last IPL, you were doing very well in Kolkata at home games, but away you were struggling. Was it anything, you fell in love with the Kolkata pitch or something? What happened?
I don't know. I've not, nobody's put it to me quite like that just yet.
But you see the numbers.
I've not seen them.
You see, the home numbers are bigger, quite bigger than the away numbers.
I don't doubt you. I had a good season at Eden Gardens. I think that would be the case with a lot of batters. If you get 7 games in one place in one set of conditions, and however many games in different conditions, I think it will be different. I'm sure that's the case for the Mumbai batters who are used to batting on red soil. I bet they score a lot more runs in Mumbai than away. So I think that's just part of the game.
Anybody?
Yeah, how was it just again batting with Sunil Narine, opening the innings?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. There's not many opening partners I've had, where I can almost take the back seat. He's always there throwing the first punch and putting bowlers under pressure. And to be at the other end of the non-strikers when he's doing that, by the time I face my second and third ball or whatever it is, that bowler that's bowling at me, they've almost been consumed by Sunil throwing everything he has at them. So it's certainly very helpful from a partnership point of view and to sort of kickstart the game for the side.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Magic. Cheers, guys.